it's good to see that he's still around because I actually rate him as a player. The other guy that I also think quite highly of is NiKo. I remember he came into the scene with that IEM Branch team, and then he's been playing in Betera since then. Either way, Trav, we're live. We are live. We're into the action. We're not wasting any time either. TNL just trying to charge straight into the safe bomb site. NiKo calmly tapping away. Good for one. Dexter gets a frag as well, but TNL are finding some kills in the meantime. And they may get a bomb plant. No, yes they do. TSS can't deny it in time, but numbers looking good right now for Falcons to get the job done.
Yeah, Tesla's just looking for the last player. That's on it to go down. And that's actually, you know, brings me on to a decent point, is the fact that it looks like HLTV's, you know, database when it comes to who's playing today.
Yes, it is, Trav. Absolutely. And here I am rattling off about the point you just made about S-Chiller. Apologies. But I was just saying, I feel like it's got to be a downgrade. I feel like it's got to be a downgrade not having S-Chiller. And this is a force buy here for TNL, by the way.
Yeah.
As I think I can continue my points as they're kind of pulling the plug on the A push. But S-Chiller brings so much in terms of, think about communication, experience, game knowledge. TNL, what to do here to try and get back into the round? TSS is just jiggling KV. He's got some support from Kicksan, who's watching ramp. Of course, there'd be some great synergy between TSS and Kicksan. Of course, Dexter as well, the trio, the heroic core.
Yeah.
And TNL, well, with their limited utility, looks like they've created a path to actually get into this B bomb site.
Boost off the smoke, a bit awkward for Kicksan. We have actually got, I believe we've got some player crosshairs on as well. You can see the difference of crosshair there, and that is insane. How has Ken found the third? I thought like the trade was going to be instant. It was going to be a 1 versus 2. It wouldn't be that difficult for Falcons to sort this out, but Ken was on for the ace. He finally gets taken down by Magisk, but it's all down to Onyx and with the bomb planted, with it ticking down, and Magisk not having a defuse kit. Team Next Level have won the force buy from nothing. Yeah, we've got some crosshair settings on, which is like one of the, I think it's like recoil follow crosshair setting there. We saw that on Kicksan, and like...
Yeah, I noticed that actually, yeah.
Yeah, I personally don't play with that, but you can see it on, we've got it on every player. It's kind of goofy, and one of the reasons but probably I think most players don't play with it. But if you can get used to it,
yeah,
I've heard it can be a bit of a, you know, a bit of a life hack for Counter-Strike. So
okay, it feels like it's the same as the stability of the weapon model kind of thing as well. Either way, we are going to have some kills just going back and forth over on this B bomb site. NiKo with the Deagle reigns, death and devastation.
NiKo will get forced back behind.
Because it was phase 2017, right? With the major where they lost to Cloud9. Either way.
2017, 2018,
response here. Okay, yeah, 2018 actually.
Oh, Magisk, not wary of that. That's weird, Matt. Another situation where Ken's getting lucky kills. And lucky in the view of the side of Falcons. But it's nothing lucky about this. They're just struggling to deal with these force buys. Team Next Level doing really well at sort of staying in a pack, causing problems, and NiKo will get caught by Dowie as well. Again, this Team Next Level team has pretty much plied their trade only in open qualifiers and only in Tier 3. So, to win the force buy back again, it's one of those starts to one of these online games that can be a little bit wild back and forth. But yeah, I mean, Falcons pick Nuke as well, and Mirage will be the decider. You can see how that goes over the course of the series if we get to that decider. Team Next Level are doing a great job right now, just trying to stay in the game, and staying as a pack and making these plays happen. And Tessez will trade against Dowie, but they should have a chance to herd the bomb onto the site. And actually, NiKo goes straight in for that one, which was very risky. NiKo will get a spam through the smoke to take down Ken, and suddenly, out of nowhere, once again, the round has flipped on its head. It's File Rax in a 1v2. He's crept through, he's found one, but NiKo's 1 HP, and NiKo just gets away with it to get the lead and force buy back again.
Yeah, I'm one of them, honestly. I'll just come right out and say it. Either way, look at this. It's going to be NiKo trying to go in towards middle. Well, I thought for a second that Ken had remained in position, but the smoke would have blocked him off. Anyway, again, it's just full force into this B bomb site. Tessis gets a trade. There's more where that came from, though, and it's not like he has any support anywhere near him. Tessis will find another, though. He's so good at this, locking down a bomb site, but problem is, NiKo's gone down elsewhere, and all of a sudden we flip the script, and it's a man advantage for this T side.
Again, let's keep the pattern running. No one can win 2 rounds in a row at the moment unless Dexter and Magisk have something to say about it. Dexter here, first point of contact, gets himself his 1, but again, a very good trade. And the chance for a Magisk clutch is an MP9, no kit, and only 2 pieces of utility that might not help him. He'll creep in on a nice timing, but Falrax checks it, and we still continue to go back and forth.
We know that the stress levels in the Falcons camp at the moment must be quite high, just in terms of trying to get the project going. And there's going to be a lot of pressure here in this round from TNL in towards the A bomb site. Or is there?
They stopped their way in, and then they fell back immediately to go for a peek toward mid, and Teslas will get a one for one. Now, they have got lane control, which is pretty important. One of the most important parts of Ancient, along with that just mid-utility barrage in the early stages of the round. And if they do decide to grip toward B right now, it's only Kixan there with a FAMAS. They're actually quite insistent, Falcons, on keeping 2 players toward A. 1 donut, 1 worried about main, obviously hearing what they heard earlier on. You don't want to just give up on it entirely. Magisk is now going to go searching with his teammate, with NiKo, and that's the right thing to do in this sort of situation. Make sure you find what they're up to, and he's done well to find the opening, but now NiKo has got no choice but to fall back toward that donut position as he's been tagged down to 15 HP.
Oh, NiKo gonna get timed on the player from A main, and Flyrax has just swung on Magisk. He's been able to find a second through the smoke. What in God's name is that? Did he even catch a glimpse of Dexter? Was that just a random burst? Who knows? Who cares? Kill comes through, that's all that matters. Kixan, he's gonna face into the CT smoker. Comes out on the opposite side, but Onyx has him lined up. And that's a gun round 1 here by the T side. That is a huge round for them.
So you'd expect Falcons to win over a BO3, but 7 T rounds, guaranteed a lead at the half. It's a wonderful start for a team of TNL's level. NiKo and Kixan together in red room. They're both smoked off, but now Dex is in the play. He's got 2 with the AWP to start it off. Now it's looking a little bit better, but they do lose a couple. I think they're going to be fine this time around, though. It's Falrax and his AWP outside that main position. He will catch NiKo, and he's pushing the CT player. And oh my word, Tess says that was whiffy. Almost gave Falrax a chance to pull the trigger, but gets away with it, and that's 4 for Falcons.
Plan's going to be here from TNL. I mean, we've kind of seen them move away from their numbers-based approach, which was looking good at the start of the half. That was more of a default approach. Go the way they would have approached. They're going to roll things back to the way that the half had started, and it looks very good once again. A great double kill on the entry between Davey and Knifey, and that's a man advantage now for the T side. Oh, look
where NiKo is, though. Oh, right-click flash, try and pop through it, but NiKo realizes he maybe can just walk the smoke. He's got the perfect timing to guarantee on 1, and there's a second as well. That is perfect positioning and pathing from NiKo. That is experience of NiKo we know and love. Magisk rotates in, finds Knifey, and Falrax is more stuck than a stuck thing. He's managed to get the first. He's got Magisk. He's got a lineup molly perhaps for the bomb as well, and I don't think there's a smoke in play right now. That could be a bit of a genius bit of utility, and now they're crossing the smoke. NiKo has to go looking for him. Rifle swap to Dexter fumbling, kid available. Falrax playing with the smoke. Tech9 pushing through, and he's won it! 8-4 half for the massive underdogs of TNL. Can you believe it? See you in a minute.
And not to the team I ever would have expected to have an 8-4 scoreline going for the second half. TNL currently lead the charge, but that is only half a job done, Trav. They have to win 5 rounds on the CT side, and the pistol has not gotten off to the start that they would have hoped for. Flyrax in the corner, blinded up, bypassed initially, but he only regains his vision to see the transgressor that takes him down. Tesses will lock in a 3rd, and that's the job done, exactly as was required.
Yeah, and often, right, for teams at this level, like, T-sides can be okay. You can play a pack-based mentality, which is what they did for a lot of the half. They can entry their way through. They can, you know, I guess you could say, look a lot better than perhaps they actually are. CT sides up against a tier 1.5, tier 1, you know, attack. You know, that's when you can be exposed. And I feel like Team Next Level, they're a long, long way away from winning this map, trust me. Like, 8-4 half is amazing.
He's realized that he's looking in spawn. Buy time has ended.
There we go.
Okay, he's found an AK. Alright, all's well and all's well. Goodness, that was scary.
Oh, goodness. It was in the murky depths of the ancient T side there, I'm afraid. Onyx has used quite a lot of bullets in his M4A4, and now he's kind of screwed in toward cave here. The molly should spread. He needs help, and then they're peeking into a molly to help him. How is Onyx alive? He's jumping in a Molotov, and he's jumped into the corner so often and so much. Somehow he's alive. Do not ask me how. And they actually have a 5v4.
Yeah, I mean, just man on the fringe of the molly there, able to kind of avoid a couple ticks of damage by jumping. That's not something you see too often. It's not like you can stand in a molly jump and avoid the damage, and now he's going to push forward. He's going to get aggressive. Oh, that's so brave from Onyx. The fact that he's actually even able to get a kill from the round is great. Maintains the advantage for his team here.
And Kicksan, of course, not healthy either on 39. The utility is really not in a good state for Falcons. They've used a lot of it already. They've got 1 smoke and 2 flashes. That's it. It's going to have to be pure entries. And Magisk right now is the one looking to try and take control around the map once again. He's got NiKo in tow. Those are the 2 players perhaps you'd want in the scenario, but Flyrax is on the angle, and he's found both Magisk and Kicksan. It's only NiKo. He's crept forward, but with 20 seconds, now make that 15. He's got 4 players to find. Flyrax having a fantastic map thus far, and that is a big bit of CT work from him.
And if Falcons lose this gun round, then they're in deep water. Way deeper than the water they spawn in.
Molly hasn't worked out too well either, I don't think. I mean, I think it may have been judged for the corner of Red Room to stop a push through the smoke, but I feel like that maybe should have gone in toward the cubby.
I think it was for the cubby, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. And now Knifey, he's fighting his way in toward the ramp position. He's done really well to find Tess's, looking for more over the top of the box on that headshot angle. Davy looking to push out a mid. Oh, he's behind the smoke. And he decides not to because there's a kill that's come through elsewhere in the meantime. He's looking for a timing, and now Magisk has looked away, but there we go. He turns around and makes clear that he's very aware of that possibility.
It was difficult to gauge who actually got the kill there with the way we switched the perspective. Either way, Magisk comes out on top, and NiKo can circumvent these rotations as well. Nobody home on the A side. Of course, Falcons will take some time to figure that out, and it actually looks like TNL might be calling it a day here. Just having a look at their finances, combined with their round loss bonus, they can drop a couple guns if both these players stay alive and have a decent arsenal of weapons in the round to follow. But Falcons keep themselves in the conversation here on Ancients as they draw within 1. Good awareness from NiKo as well after that cubby molly was missed. Falcons are fighting back though. Started off 8-4 on the half. Been a good showing from them on the T side so far. I'd imagine Ancient should become a good map for this Falcons team. I mean, remember that Ancient was a strong map for Heroic, Kicksan, TSS, big enjoyers of the map in general. Even going back to Apex days, Kicksan really enjoyed calling on the map. Onyx, though, steps out, just sprays the smoke and gets a kill as a reward.
Oh, he actually manages to get away in toward Jag as well. That's wild. Sure, it's given Falcons control of the B-bomb site, but spams are coming through the smoke, and Nike's found Magisk. The kills are going the way of the CT side. Dexter will go down as he swings toward that donut position, and there we go. Jag position's gone down. It has to be NiKo. He's found the first, and he's got 3 players on the other side. They are kitless. Surely not NiKo. He's going to find 1 more. He's got 4 bullets left. Needs to 1-tap, and it's not going to happen. Flyrax says none of that madness again. NiKo leaps through with the USP, takes the kill, and it's double digits for TNL.
Alright, well, this is the gun round here for Falcons to keep themselves alive on the map. Lose this, and it could almost be map over thereafter. Dexter gets dinked, but his AK trumps the M4.
Cannot find a map against Falcons. That could be up there with one of the upsets of the year, and we're only in February, for God's sake. Knifey, again, he's got really good lineups for these positions through the smokes. Like, he knows where bombs are being planted. Sound cues, of course, will come through, and he's found another one!
Denied.
He's found another one on Kicksan as they try and plant it, just as I mention it. They've still not got this bomb down yet. They're going to be crossing over toward the right side of the retaking position on B. And NiKo, he's picked up the AWP. That's not going to work out either. They're caught in no man's land on the site. They've got no money, and TNL are 11-8 up.
And we've got the classic MM strat here, Trav. You guys go A, I'll take the bomb B.
Yep.
This is what makes Kicksan a world-class IGL. And I've seen this in my MM games.
Okay. Flyrax has gotten run down there. It was awkward for a second, and actually it still might be, because Dexter's picked up the AK. This was a full eco with Glocks and 1 P250. Dexter's playing a headshot angle, but Knifey. That's a huge kill. But they're now going to have to finally realise that the bomb is planted on B, and they will, but it's Kicksan with a Glock, and they do have defuse kits, so there should be no issue. Kicksan, though, you should realise as well, Kicksan's not had a gun to pick up in any scenario here. So just take your time, clear your angles, you can feel free to run, like there's no issue here. 1 player can hold the bomb, and 1 player can check toward the other positions, and there we go. Cave has been spotted out. Knifey will take it. It's 12-8 to TNL. Falcons need 4 in a row to save Ancient. If it was anyone else in this qualifier, I feel like I'd be like, oh, okay, you know, fair enough. They can have their day. This is like, you know, people lose their crap over results like this, and maybe for good reason.
Odds. Yeah, you saw the bookies odds coming into this. It was like 1.02 for Falcons and 10 plus for TNL before the series had even started. And you know what? TNL found an opening kill here as well. NiKo has hit the deck. He's going to have to watch the round from the sidelines and hope his team keeps him alive here on Ancient.
NiKo's eyes have rolled into his head once again, I'm afraid. That is...
probably not the first time on the map.
Onic. Oh, it's a good check from Tesses. That could have been huge. That could have been a 2k there, just right in front of him. And that's an insane shot from Dexter. Real nice check on Ken's position. So they wrestled back a man advantage from nothing. Got full mid control as well. And actually there's a rotation coming in from Davi to check toward that red room push. So if they go for Donut here, which it looks like they're doing, they've got a free bomb plant.
But the brave approach, just playing the smoke fade. Oh my goodness. Luckily the smoke actually extinguishes the molly, or that could have made things very awkward. Either way, I believe that should be enough to just wrap up the round and call it a day. TNL haven't been too keen to go for some of these retakes, so Falcons will live to fight for another day here. I just never want to be a team that has to play against NiKo and Mirage. Honestly, that sounds like nightmare fuel. So TNL, I'd love to get the job done in 2 here. Obviously, incredibly unlikely. Either way, let's see. Looks like there's going to be a bit of a skirmish in towards middle. Falcons desperately trying to force their way forward. Good util usage so far. Players combine as they come through from the ledge, and they're able to get themselves an opening kill in Donut. So things looking good here for the T side initially.
Okay, now I think he's managed to get through to B doors, but I think they're aware of the possibility of that timing. Look at Dexter right now. He's giving it a glance. So, yeah, I think it might have been heard as well. They are just giving it a proper look, but NiKo just goes searching kind of alone on that one. Thankfully, the trade is slightly delayed, but it does come through from Kixan. So they keep the 3 versus 2. Flyrax will now go searching. There's a player waiting for him. Good flick. There are 2 more. He's picked up an AK. That's a good decision in this scenario. And Dexter's whiffed. And Flyrax has won the map for TNL. Can you believe this result?
TNL lead the series 1-0 at the moment. It's not like our HUD is wrong. They have a yellow rectangle next to their name filled in there because they're leading the series. And they're going to be starting off on the CT side here. Let's see if they can find a pistol round win. Falcons keeping things simple and direct in towards the A-bomb side they go.
They've got it. They've got a plant as well. And with a man advantage, you'd think this would be pretty impossible from here. Because they've got 1 flash to try and get themselves in through heaven. It's the classic lineup to just try and pop down, drop down onto Dexter right now. And it comes, and he is actually very blind from that, and he will get spammed down. And Glock's picked up for more bullets. But NiKo finding 1, kicks down in front of the bomb site, not checked by Knifey. It's only Ken left, and that is looking a lot cleaner from Kixan.
Yeah, that's on paper certainly another one of the very evenly contested matchups like you build BC game and big as well. Either way, first gun round upon us. Flyrax has got his AWP already, and Ken is looking to close the gap outside. Yeah, not a favorable angle at all for him. NiKo even got the jump on Ken, and so that's a good opening kill found here. Again, Falcons are keeping things incredibly simple.
So maybe they won't be necessarily expecting Falcons to burst through the double and single doors toward B on this timing, but thankfully Flyrax is here, and he does have rifling support, so it's actually not too bad. Door be opened, and NiKo needs to be ready. There's another rifler in support here as well, actually, and NiKo will get his head blown off by Flyrax. There's Knifey, there's Onic, and actually their setup was absolutely perfect. It leaves Magisk as that 1 player left.
He's got some support as well.
Magisk and Tesses together up against Onic, playing Smoke Fade. That's more of a CSGO thing than a CS2 thing. But Smoke Fades were played constantly in CSGO. And usually to the advantage of the person playing inside of the smoke. But this time it's a relatively normal 1-for-1. Davi is obviously rotated in toward ramp just to check to see what's there, see if they've trampled in and taken control of it. But a little bit of a shoulder peek outside for Ken. He checks for NiKo and takes NiKo. Again, that That low lurk that we see often sometimes be very successful to get in toward heaven. Not this time. So 4 versus 3. 25 seconds for Falcons here. Knifey's taken Kixan, and I think that's probably round done.
Maybe
not.
Maybe not, though. Perhaps not. That's a big miss shot from Dexter. And by virtue of the time, I think that might now be over. Tessus is desperately trying to find a way. He has scooped up the bomb, and he's gotten the kill into Knifey as well. And he's actually just jumped away from the A side. That's not an option. Flyrax is here with the AWP, and that will result in the kill. I mean, I don't think there was ever a world in which Tessus would have been able to make that one work. It's a great attempt from him, though, all things considered.
Because he realized that Tessus could have strafed onto the site and got the bomb plant. Couldn't just run away and win the round via timeout. So, now then, Onic with the nerfed MP9 when you crouch. It has looked a little bit rougher in the hands of everyone. It's still very, very powerful, but Onic has only got himself one on that occasion. Rotation down towards the double doors is very fast, and Tessus is very much waiting for that one, and Davi should get swarmed, will get swarmed. Ken rotating down, but obviously that's been heard. That is a very loud rotation. Now, Flyrax has been spotted out. Smoked off. Dexter with 2, Tessus with 2, and Falcons with their 4.
I don't remember a single round on Ancient with which Falcons approached it with as much conviction compared to the rounds we've seen here on Nuke so far. You can see they're so much more comfortable on the T side.
Apparently Hunter's doing it now on G2,
yes,
and NiKo's doing it on Falcons. Like, I understand maybe the positions they're in helps with that, to like gauge the map a bit more on the CT side rather than the T side, but still, I do find that stunning that the IGL isn't the actual IGL for a certain side of the map. Like, that's what they're on the team for, you know? I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I hear you. I think different sets of skills, different reads on the games, as you say, positions that they take up importance as well.
Not having 2 players to watch 2 separate lines. And TNL will continue to show presence in that position with that molly, but they'll fall back off of it now, and that's just when Kixan starts to work his way back in. But they are kind of just shifting around the map right now, and shifting into angles that gives players like Ken easy kills.
I feel like we've seen Falcons do that a couple times. They just kind of gambled and walked in somewhere, and it's worked out for them, but not in this instance. Ken tucked in towards dead veins. He's got support from the raft as well. There'll be a quick rotation through heaven. Now he can step out. Contact's been taken. He'll finish off the job, and that is a flawless round coming through from the CT side.
Okay, like, I feel like sometimes for a team like Falcons in this scenario where TNL...
Clearly a plan here, and it's going to be more of that numbers-based approach you were just referencing.
I'm expecting a better second half from Magisk in the roles he's in, but I will say, like, he's been one of the most underwhelming factors on this Falcons team since the switch to the heroic core. It's been a very rough watch, I'm afraid. Flyrax, if he gets 1, it's a miracle. He won't. And he will get taken down. But Onic, he's found 2 from there, standing in the open. Didn't react to the 3rd, but somehow getting 2 is amazing. Unfortunately, they've got the site, and now a safe plant.
Well, Kixan's still concerned. He's still worried. And taking the extra time to actually activate the bomb has given TNL a chance here to just feel out this retake. 1 player down the vent, 1 coming through from ramp. If Ken can best Kixan, then we have a conversation on our hands about this retake all of a sudden. And, well, Ken is going to catch Kixan for free, and he's heard Dexter in towards Dark. He knows the AWP is there, but he's lost his teammate in the meantime. Dexter swings to try and force the issue. Ken has a kit as well. He's tapped the defuse. Does NiKo panic? Not yet, but now he will start to commit to the spray. Doesn't actually get the kill, and Ken will stick the defuse. Retake successful as TNL close the gap.
Oh my god, it gets more comical.
Gotta be careful though. I mean, Falcons with these Desert Eagles and the Hero AK, obviously a very deadly team.
That's a good smoke, but NiKo says...
That's a good kill.
Screw you. Taking a lot of damage for that kill, but of course he's got the Hero AK. He has to go for this sort of thing. And an M4 available on Tess. There's no armor, obviously. They're going to try and play aggressive to get back into the round, but Magisk has got a huge dig. There's 1 player at the back of the site, not been seen. Ken finally reacts, but they can move away now, Falcons. The HP is horrible, but they have got space around the map, and they have exited B to plant on A.
And look at how far away TNL are right now. I don't know if they have the luxury of going back around through Secret outside and retaking A. I think this round's over. I mean, they don't know how much damage has been done. It's one of those situations where you go back and you watch the demo and you realize, damn, the retake was absolutely on the cards. But they don't have the privilege of that knowledge. So Falcons have given themselves a reprieve here. I know. That's... It's not a sentence I expected myself to say coming into the series when I was doing my prep this morning, Trav.
Listen, like, as I said earlier, no disrespect to TNL at all, but, like, they will know. That like, they all think the same thing, probably. Like, it's absolutely wild. Anyway, they've played incredibly well, and Flyrax is definitely one to watch for me from some of his AWP pick. Magisk does well to find Knifey in this following round. This is a gun round, of course. Ken, I think, knows that Testas has strafed from mini roof to get down outside toward heaven. So that's full info on that play. But is he ready for anything else?
Well, he's in a pivotal position right now here for his team. Testas has still been able to go up and above, and he's going to get into heaven from here if he so chooses. How do Falcons connect the dots in this round, though? That's the main question. They've got 3 players outside. Oh, Onyx. Oh, my God. He's got them all with their back turned right now, but the spray is betrayed. Ken will still activate, though. Nice swing coming through off the back of his teammate losing his life. Tessus in heaven. Does he catch the timing on Davey? Trigger discipline was the option there for him, and he now knows that Ken's in towards Deadvent, but Tessus has to clutch. He's all alone, and he's not going to be able to get the job done. TNL continue to fight.
And that was, like, not an easy round to win either. I felt like they had a lot of work to do in terms of their piloting around the map. Sure, they had information, but it's like they kind of, like, got it. And I like this map. Like they're so insistent on pushing for lobby, and this time, right, they're not actually going for it straight up. Onyx just providing presence, and that means that Kickstand, still looking toward that hut position, has got an AWP and a rifle to worry about, and that's where Knifey gets the opening.
Oh man, 6-all. Keeps this game open going into the second half. I think 7-5 for Falcons should be more than enough to get the job done with how strong these players should be on the CT side, with how good they've been in the past. NiKo, timing actually hasn't favored him just yet, but he will still be able to round the corner. Oh my goodness. The gods of timing shine down favorably on NiKo in that situation.
Yeah, he could have almost gone heaven without even seeing him, I feel like. If he wanted to make that decision. But now he's got full control of B, pretty much. They need to find a way to get there, though. Knifey's found Dexter. Tessus hears that. It's an easy kill for him, but Flyrax takes the trade. Actually, I say trade. Tessus has done amazingly to find one more. So, sure, NiKo had all that control, but now he's forced to probably fly up the vents. There are 2 players on the other side of it. Flyrax is watching it. He's trying to jiggle him out. Very fast movement on the ladder. And that's super smart from NiKo. He's now going to find Davy, though, in 19 seconds of play. He's in toward Hut. He's going to get the bomb or find the kill. And he finds the kill, of course. NiKo's back and here to play. Triple kill. 7-5 on the half. NiKo looked like a lamb to the slaughter coming up the vents there, but he jumped up and bit the butcher and gives Falcons a 7-5 half. It's something to work with, but it's still a close game.
It is indeed. Falcons have a lead, though, going into their defensive half. The favored side of the map and their map pick as well. All of the signs point in the direction of Falcons taking this to a third. However, not looking great in the pistol, at least initially, until Magisk has his say. And you mentioned in the first half that he'd probably have a better time of it than the second on the CT side. And boy, does he deliver as early as the first round.
That's the only thing you expect from Magisk on the A-bomb site of Nuke. Doolies get himself 3 kills. And leaves Onyx and Ken wondering how the round has kind of fallen apart. They will check him because they heard him make his way up there. But he's going to have to get a reload off Magisk. And those dualies take a long time to reload. You'll get away with it. But finding these kills is going to be near as, damn it, impossible. Onyx is now directly underneath and NiKo checks it properly. And it's comfort for NiKo and Magisk. All 5 kills between the 2 of them. Then, like, NiKo could have picked up the bomb and planted it. That option never would have happened. Yeah. But, like, I think he was forced to fight in some way. Maybe the best position he possibly could have gotten to in the madness was perhaps just shifting around the A site rather than going towards the bomb.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. Behind Silo or something like that. But, yeah, lots to try and consider. I think he was just trying to be proactive, right? He was trying to take the fight to NiKo. Either way, good opening kill coming through from Dexter with this AWP. Knifey was hoping that as the smoke would fade, he could catch someone napping, but Kixan is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. This gun round has gotten off to an ideal start here for the Falcons.
Where did bright-eyed and bushy-tailed come from? Because I hear it a lot. Is it like about a fox or something? Like a tail?
I think like maybe, I don't know, maybe like a bush baby or some sort of an animal.
Yeah.
Definitely an animal with a tail.
Well,
that's about as much as I can offer.
That narrows it down, mate. Thank you for that.
I know. Yeah, no problem.
Only Flyracks left now in a 1 versus 4. It's kills across the board for Falcons, stopping them in their tracks. A nice little setup toward ramp there as well. Flyracks actually not checked toward heaven, and he almost finds NiKo as well. But just about recovered in time to save Magisk, actually it was. This year, but of course they've only played it once, and that was against Eternal Fire in Bounty. So
and they nearly won, right?
They nearly won. So it's fair that this is a map that's looking okay for them. But hang on, I said this before Spike could work. Here we go. The Tech-9s are in play. M4's recovered. NiKo gets taken down. The fast A-pop with Util. Falcons just not ready for it, and none of them have died. Dexter has to run away with 13 HP, and he'll get swung on by the Tech-9. Oh my word! I mentioned. They've got 2 M4s and an AWP now, basically for free.
Dexter was completely blinded when they burst into the bomb sites, and everything falls into place from there. So TNL able to pick up their first round here in the second half, but there has to be more where that came from.
NiKo has all the knowledge in the world that Ken is running his way. Freest of opening kills. Stomping his way in towards secret. Nothing secret about that. And always, oh my word. He's got the game in the palm of his hand right now, NiKo. Oh, almost a spray transfer to get a third. That's the M4A4 is not exactly an easy thing to control. And he's made that look pretty solid. Basically 2 3/4 kills. It's only Davi left. And even though they're losing that 4th spot in the previous round, sure, it'll be an error they'll look back on later and say, huh, shouldn't have lost that one, but the bounce back was impressive.
TNL, well, they have to win 6 in a row here to force us into overtime. Seems incredibly unlikely.
I like to see NiKo using the M4A4. It reminds me of when that gun was more powerful than the A1S, and yeah, this round and map is being wrapped up with a neat bow. It's normal service resumed for Falcons, that goes without saying. You do, of course, have a third map coming, though.
It's not like winning Nuclear is winning the series 2-0.
Indeed.
Which most people would have thought coming into it, but this now means we will see a third map between Falcons and TNL. Falcons breathing a massive sigh of relief, will be feeling a whole lot more comfortable and confident going into the following map compared to what they felt coming into Nuke, I'd imagine. And Sonic, well, I was going to say, it is a formality from here, and Kickstand will indeed finish off the job. So that's a 13-6 win there for Falcons, and a much better performance coming through from them compared to what we saw in Ancient.
Here we go for TNL. Team next level. Can they reach that next level one more time in this series and actually give Falcons a game on this third map decider?
That's a good question. And one that we're going to find out. My goodness, Dexter, that was brave to go back for some more in Palace, and it cost him his life, and it's actually going to be Davey who's taking down NiKo as well, and they spotted the player in CT. Falcons were very well set up with 3 players in towards the safe bomb site, but they've still been demolished.
Tessez, Kixan, 2v3. 1 player firebox, 1 player sandwich, 1 player ramp. Ramp player playing very far back, of course, on low HP of Flyrack. So they've picked up the smoke now, but they haven't picked up anything else. So that's going to be tough to make their way in, and they're not going to be able to whatsoever. Onic and Ken play it correctly as a crossfire. These days you can sell, thankfully.
Thankfully, indeed. There's the Galil's already coming into action. Tessus has been able to get an opening kill. And just Galil may also be required here. TNL just kind of poaching and body across the map, but the bomb's actually going in towards the B site here.
Ken's got on the trade on on Tessus as well, but Kixan's being sneaky here, and there's no way they expect that. That's great positioning from Kixan. Still hiding as well, trying to stay alive, to wait for a rotation. Ken's doing wonderful work around the map right now. It's 3 on the board for him. Don't forget how many multi-kills he had in the early stages of Ancient. Maybe he's looking to swing on a timing when they're not expecting him. Oh, my word.
Oh.
That was actually... That could have been interesting, because second player, of course, in Magisk was not looking. But Dexter manages to grab it.
Just like a game of volleyball there, man.
Just picks it up and throws it back at him.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, goodness. Okay. No lives lost just yet here in the round. Magisk wants to make the play towards ramp. He's going to be finding one completely blinded. Flyrax gets his vision back just in time, and NiKo will activate coming through from Palace. That actually opens up the say bomb side.
Yeah, bomb can come through toward default as well. NiKo can't really face on 42 HP in CT. Make that 29 now, as that Molotov spreads a tiny bit. Oh, picked up for NiKo. Oh, no, they're fumbling. They're fumbling in a position, and they probably didn't need to push up like that in that certain scenario. So now Flyrax has got the AWP, sure, but NiKo could just swing this angle and absolutely delete him. He knows it's a possibility. That's exactly what happens. It's all down to Ken.
Sorry.
He's gone down as well, and it's literally fallen apart. Yeah, it was definitely awkward from TNL there. That just is a very good example of inexperience. When they were like stacked up on each other on CT, like we were talking about, like that just didn't feel necessary whatsoever. Knifey's managed to burn out Magisk, but kills are coming through pretty comfortably now. Tess's playing around connector, of course, looking pretty solid in that position, not just at this in this particular round, but also in general in the games I've seen him play at the bigger events. Nice shot on it, though. NiKo getting a taste of his own medicine with that deagle. Flyrax, oh, we could get overlooked in connector. Hang on. Oh, leg spotted as well. Dexter's going to get jumped on. What has just happened? Kixan, he'll be asking his team, how on earth am I 1 versus 2?
And it seems to have a very good idea as to where he's going to be coming through from as well. Already Molly off in towards jungle. They're not facing him either. Oh my goodness, this has completely fallen apart like a slow-cooked piece of meat. Falcons disintegrate here. Kixan is still kind of searching, looking. He knows that there was a player in towards connector, but I think Flyrax is just seeing Kixan as well. And eventually he'll step out and offer up the fight. Okay, that gives Kixan a chance. It gives him a sniff here. Gonna actually drop the smoke on the bomb, but Onyx in a prime position right now. The only chance for Kixan is to straight up stick the defuse in the smoke here. Bullets connecting, kill comes through, and that's an eco round 1 for TNL.
Oh, how has that just turned around? I can't believe it.
Yeah, it was actually such smart positioning from Flyrax after he kills Tesses outside connector. The way then he spots Dexter's lead, but he just doesn't wide swing. He actually gets really close to the wall and then drops off. So he takes the fight from an angle Dexter was just never expecting. However, Magisk with a beautiful double kill, and he's lived to tell the tale, inflicting some further damage here. Magisk is just locking it down, buying time. Another kill comes through from the Danish anchor, and he even is able to, well, almost take down a fourth. 3 versus 2.
Crazy. That's one of the best holds for Magisk so far today.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And again, the game flips back on the side of Falcons. Ken and Flyrax, they're together. But they should get picked off one by one. And yes, Kixan on the jump spot, goes for the peek properly. That's just the AWP left. And then NiKo peeks from stairs while Kixan is distracting from that ticket position. So that is a great round to win. Again, that puts TNL on a weird bye.
Let's see. What's the plan? Again, good mid control. Certainly been a theme for TNL so far on the T side. And like I said, Falcons haven't been directly hardcore contesting middle, but they certainly are fighting for cat. They're fighting connector.
Shot.
So there's a degree of competition coming through, or contest in towards mid. And as you say, Dexter, the difference maker. He's the one who activates and connector to get an opening kill.
Tessus will take Onyx as well. I do think Dexter is at a stage right now on this, on the heroic core, as well as now on the heroic core on Falcons, where like, I think he's very good. And when he's on, he can probably be one of the best in the world. But getting that on state of Dexter is, I wouldn't say it's rare, but I would say that it's happening more often than it used to be. And that's why I think he's improving his form and improving his rating.
I feel like we've just seen them playing a far more default-esque approach here on the T side of Mirage compared to Ancient, where it was fast, it was furious, it was in your face, it was quick changes from one direction into the other. Very difficult to keep track of what was going on. Whereas here, it's been a lot more static, more docile, more defaulty. Dexter, NiKo, in towards middle, Tesses on Catwalk. That's been the trifecta of players here that have been bossing this part of the map for Falcons throughout the half.
Yeah, a little bit too split up from TNL, a little bit too, I guess you could say one by one in general over every single mid play. It's been giving Falcons free entries, freebies, basically.
Yeah, there's been no trades.
No trades, and players are split up over the map. And You can't give a team of Falcons quality that sort of opportunity. You can see what it's done to the KDs across the board. If you don't flash Degster off of an angle, he's most likely going to kill you. And if you don't flash any of the riflers off the angle, they'll most likely instantly headshot you. It's NiKo 1 versus 4 it would be. They've won a pretty fun eco round in this half of Team Next Level. They've got themselves in the game. They won the pistol, of course, as well, don't forget, in the conversion. But that's all they've got to speak of. It's Degster holding the line, and it's a great half across the board from Falcons. 9-3 after Ancient. They're now relaxed, I would say, playing their game, and all playing their game to a very good level as well. TNL, they've fought excellently, and they'll be very much proud of some of the rounds they've won in this series, but this pistol is now non-negotiable. They're working their way up towards short. A lot of damage, but that nade is all they have to speak about. There's no kills, and Onyx will get run over by Tessas as well. This looks like a Falcons pistol.
Yeah, and with that, a Falcons map and a Falcons series as well, because how in God's name do TNL recover from a 10-3 deficit when you don't have the money to even have a decent buy? A 10-3 deficit. That's the investment?
No, you said deficit, I'm pretty sure.
Deficit. I did? Okay. Because I was thinking of saying investment in my next sentence, and then my brain was like, wait, did we just say that or not yet? Either way, it is going to be job done here for Falcons. Double digits going to be coming through for them.
Listen, Matt, we've casted a game today where TNL took a map up for Falcons. Like,
I know,
our
my brain is fried.
Brains are scrambling right now.
Exactly. And I guess the one thing I will say is, despite the fact that Falcons lost that first map, and I mean, quite brutally so, even though it was only 13-9, they only won 2 gun rounds throughout the map, they've had a very good comeback in the series. Yeah, cleaning up Nuke, there was never really much of a concern. 13-6 they won there.
Well, the first kill for NiKo. Kickstand will go down to the FAMAS. Good trade from NiKo, but in comes Flyrax looking for more good damage. And Magisk, only just been able to find that quick kill in return. 7 HP off the back of it. It's a 3v2 for TNL. Onyx is here, but it'll be mollied out and mollied into the open. It's a good catch from Degster. There is a big flank from Magisk to worry about, though. He should go down. He's worried about it, but he's one tickle from death. Degster will try and get the bomb planted, but here's Darry with the freebie. So now it is all Degster with the Galil. Plenty of positioning to deal with here. And he's actually managing to crouch his way in toward Van. At least the edge of it. Thought he might try and play the headshot position, but no, he's going to continue to play around the site. Now he's been spotted out. Darry can push forward, try and pinch him. Empty pillar he's now been able to move to try and at least get one fight in the open, but he's unable to do that. And that is a bit of a nice little recovery from TNL there. A worry about that, but I do sometimes think a singular scout does too, sure. That gets pulled out all the time because of the long ranges on that map, but Mirage, not for me.
Yeah, I certainly think there are better maps that lend itself to that option. Either way, Davey with an AK has been able to draw blood. He's taken NiKo's head clean off here at the start of the round. I mean, if they can win this gun round, TNL that is, then maybe we actually start to have a little bit of a conversation about Mirage not being as done as we had initially thought.
Yeah, that's a good start. The Falcons' T-sides have overall been very 50-50 in terms of what looks good and what hasn't, and Tessa is very much concentrating on the possibility of someone being near that con smoke. Not the case. Davy gifted 2 kills. And back's turned again. Just got focused towards short. MP9 gets the last. 4 players alive. 2 MP9 kills and a free AK.
I'd say it's more impressive doing with 2 completely different cores. Because then you've been proven that you can do it with entirely different skill sets, and you don't need a very specific game plan or group of players to be able to win. Either way,
oh dear.
Okay, Ken. First frag found, and then just a burst through the smoke that takes down Degster as well. This was the all-important gun round we were looking towards here for Falcons to basically finish off the job, but it's not happening.
Like, TNL, they've put 2 players toward mid there to stop Falcons from making their way out mid. Sure, right? Ken's gotten both of them. But NiKo and Degster just felt like they wandered out, like nothing was worrying them. And Onyx now going to pounce from empty pillar. It's a lovely swing spray on Magisk. That was the easiest CT hold ever.
I mean, these mid-takes have just looked completely uninspiring from them, constantly losing a player early on and then getting picked apart afterwards. I think just keep things simple. Go back to the drawing board, throw your early, middle util, and then just try and execute into the A bomb side. They're going to do something similar, except towards the opposite side of the map. Mid util early on, and then a big burst into B.
Okay, here we go. The site's clear now. Ken's going to have to fight for it. Maybe the site's not clear. He's actually fighting for it more than I thought. Kess is in a great position. And NiKo taking Flyrax is probably going to make it safe. And, well,
no.
Just like the last round, it ends as quickly as it had begun, but this time in Falcons' favour. And for TNL, the rounds that previous, of course, have been so clean, means that they still have money despite losing to a lower investment. That actually could be quite... They were 10-8 up, but it almost feels like a lifeline for Falcons that they've managed to get that previous round, but that is just good defaulting. NiKo and Ken, they try and go together. They try and go for a bit of aggression to take control of the map once again, try and use their aim to the best of their ability, but Tessez and Kixan were very ready for that, and with NiKo finding one as well, again, very quickly. These rounds haven't exactly been slow. It's the anti and opposite. Nice foot. Anti and opposite of old Na'Vi and VP right now, but it's going to be Falcons taking a 12-8 lead.
Certainly will be. 4 opportunities to finish off the job. It looked like for a moment there that things were going to get a lot closer than I was expecting, with Falcons having been up 10-3 at one point, but that Tech 9 round win seems to have just completely set things back in motion here for Falcons. Good shots being landed, good kills being found, punishing the aggression towards ramp. TNL really try and throw a curveball into the mix with the players pushing ramp. NiKo will go down, but that then obviously gives up the position of Davey. Make sure they got to go about this together here, not offer up any individual fights. Oh man, lineup's not actually far from connecting there either.
Fire is hot though. He'll be forced away. We'll make the short jump. But it's not a short jump. That's going to gain him any traction back into the round. Just a save of the AK. I mean, I say that. Hang on. If he goes Palace very quickly... No, there's not enough time.
No.
Never mind. He's playing for exits. If the timer was like a bit, maybe a quarter higher, I think maybe he could get himself close to Palace and jump onto the bomb. But it'd be gamble they hadn't run away from it. But yeah, playing exits is absolutely fine.
I think Falcons probably just hit best if that happens to them, honestly.
Oh, he's got the AWP.
Come back from that. Well, Falcons have to go back and not only remember that, but like Clockwork Orange, just have that force fed down their throat a couple times so they can realize how things went wrong. Yeah, exactly.
They just gotta. That's what you gotta do to be better. Learn from your mistakes. Magic's creeping out, should die. Ken gets one, swing on the second, not to be. Tessa's trades. There are 2 players quickly on the rotation. They're gonna play near bench. They're gonna play near CT. But NiKo is very much aware of that possibility. NiKo will get 1 from that ticket box, but 3 versus 3. Oh, NiKo doesn't see NiKo on his left. Open your eyes, my friend. Maybe a bit of 4x3 there. I feel like it was on his screen, though, even if he was playing 4x3. But Tess says that plant has not gone down. Another kill coming in from Flyrax to deny a plant. We saw a number of those from NiKo on Ancient. And suddenly, Kixan, he's managed to pick up the bomb in that madness, which is actually pretty good. And he does have a path to go toward the B bomb site. They've got a smoke and a kit. Will Kixan judge this to perfection or not? The plant's in a good area. He's seen where it is, but he's going to have to pounce at some point. He's going to jump out, but not the first kill.
No.
Even if he gets that kill on Davi, he would have gone for a transfer. It would have been very hard to hit it on Flyrax, I feel.
Right, well, TNL live to fight for another day, and Trav, if they win this, 12-10 becomes 12-11. And I was waxing lyrical about how good the recovery had been from Falcons, how they cleaned up on Nuke, and they were about to have cleaned up on Mirage. But if this goes 12-11, that's anything but clean.
Ken, very stuck. Played his position before, but wonderful timing on NiKo. Only a dink on Magisk, though, but it's enough. 1 3/4 could be enough, but Magisk, he knows as a default player. Great swing, great take, even being so low. And that CT rotator, well, he's done it again, Flyrax. How does he keep doing this? He's no-scoped Tess's as well. And he's even managed to flick up to Magisk. What is going on? He's denied the plant again. He stopped the CT push with a no-scope. And there's a big flank from Onyx. Oh, my word. Flyrax has been a bit of a mainstay throughout this entire series. He was amazing on Ancient. And he's showing up again when they need him.
Either way, this is the best position that Falcons have actually been in towards middle throughout this entire half so far, by the way. They haven't had this much control afforded to them. And that's by lack of a contest, really. They have got numbers, top connector, jungle, player on the A site. And Tessus has been tagged.
Good trade from NiKo, but again, it feels like they're very stuck in con. Oh, now though, even though there's going to be one more player in position in NiKo, he needs at least 2 more. Thankfully, Tessus is low, and it's completely falling apart again. NiKo tries to advance, but again, that just felt so stagnant from Falcons as the timing they walked up on. They were getting stuck in between 2 angles.
Yeah, I mean, I think Fireflux on, Lyrax, excuse me, on Catwalk there with his AWP does an incredible job because he's inflicting damage as they're going up, and then he's getting kills as the smoke's faded. And that was making the life of his teammate Ken on the bomb site so much easier. One more opportunity here for Falcons to finish off the job. Otherwise, overtime is what waits in the wings. And from there, they could even lose the series. They could lose the series, Trav.
It's
and
over.
It's looking like we're going to overtime here. TNL have done it from a 10-3 deficit. They've recovered 12 all on this third map. You cannot script this. It feels like they're quite slow in terms of going through the motions. Although it's simple, it's like, okay, get middle, pause, wait a little bit, come up with the next plan. Okay, get into connector, come up with the next plan. How are we going towards A? It's not flowing seamlessly for Falcons right now, which I suppose is a reflection of the fact that they haven't been together for all that long, but man, we've wiped the slate clean. The previous 3 maps basically mean nothing. All that matters are these rounds here in overtime. TNL, can they actually do it? Can they win the series against Falcons and drop them to the lower bracket?
They've got a 5v4 here as well. What is this comeback? Ken could get timing, but he does check it at the right time. NiKo working his way up, does get caught. AK swap 2, Magis goes for a peek, and that's one Ken's not expecting. Going towards short will push Florax away. But it keeps a man advantage intact. Loose into window, a silent one. Knifey's going to have to be ready for that. What can Kicksound do from this position? He's got some information, but is when Knifey checks it, and he's probably right to do so as well, because it went quiet in mid for a while. The easy assumption is they could have been working their way into that window area. It's a ridiculous swing from Magis. That is the widest of wide swings to get the trade. But again, so the disadvantage, and Onyx is in the best position late round. It's Palace. Magisk is down. Dexter last alive. Caught on triple. The lead is what TNL have right now.
I feel like there's some overthinking just going on for Falcons right now. Where's the good old exec, man? I know that this is like one of the teams at the highest level of the game, but sometimes I feel like when you've got such a massive edge on your opponents, you just got to do the basics perfectly. NiKo's going to... I was going to say, could be in some trouble here, but call an ambulance, not for NiKo. Onyx goes down. First blood drawn by Falcons. They need this round, Trav. They have, it's been a while since they've actually gotten a breath of fresh air, and they're about to suffocate.
Yeah, they really desperately need to stabilize. 2-3 Palace is definitely risky, and again they've lost Tessus and Dexter in the meantime. Kicksound's so low after getting his kill against Knifey, but Ken's here on the scene now, and he gets both of the rotation. NiKo was a long, long way away. He was the BAPS player, of course, who opened the round. But now he needs to close it. Ken's not looking the right way. It should be a kill for NiKo, and it is. It's a 1v1. Flyrax is not that close to the action. He tries to land out of mid as far away from Con as possible so NiKo can't hear him. And NiKo is planting in the open, but it's a big miss. And now he can plant default. Incendiary drawn. He's going to go back to stairs. He knows he's going to force NiKo back into one firebox. And there's nothing you can do about that. NiKo has bailed Falcons out of a ridiculous situation. And then NiKo, like, after he realizes that, like, immediately makes every single right decision, right? Like, backs into default to plant. As soon as the incendiary comes in, backs away into firebox behind the top portion of default boxes. So the AWP can't just catch him swinging. Plays a headshot angle, makes it as difficult as possible, and it works out. And now a B play's coming in, and Ken will go down. Onyx needs to be ready, but Onyx looking fantastic. Smoke drawn. He should keep himself alive for at least a few more seconds. Does that help for the rotations? Smoke will be blown open. Knifey's in window, but they're taking damage as all these nades come in. A re-smoke coming into position as well. Magisk even looking away from that. That's some miscommunication there. Very evident that maybe that smoke was not expected or calmed, but look where this close position is right now. It should be all in the palm of the hands of Dexter, and he's going to find all 3. It's a 2-1 OT half for Falcons, but it was by no means comfortable. Yeah. It's going to be It's going to be super tough for TNL to keep this one going. This is towards short. A flash through. It half blinds each other. And again, the protocol's a little bit off. And quite evident that sides are not the strong suit of TNL in this particular map. Where the regulation went. Tessers, I think, saw chair there, as you can see. A little jiggle. It's a big miss from Flyrax as well. Finally traded by Ken. NiKo fighting in window all by himself. Just tapping away, bursting over the M4A4. Will now get flashed in, but only a dink. Dexter now will get forced off the angle. He knows there's a possibility of stairs, and that's good awareness. To be worried about it, get one, and then fall away. 2v3.
Very smart decision making there from Dexter, able to remain or keep his team with the one-man advantage. Can he damage the planting here? First shot not going to connect. Second shot does though. Onyx has been tagged up. Going to make Tessa's life a little bit easier. Kickstand rotating through from Connector. It's only Ken left remaining out in the open. Had to force that fight there with Kickstand, but he comes off second best. And it means Falcons have once again gotten themselves up to map and series points. The difference this time though is they have two of them on the CT side.
And it's been possibly the least convincing, or to sort of go by the meme, most convincing Falcons performance today. To use sarcasm. Tess says we'll deal with Onyx.
Fair, as it does look like this could be the beginning of the end here. That is another good kill. Dexter doubles down. NiKo in on the act, and TNL have finally been felled. Boy, did they fight and give this one everything that they had, but Falcons eventually will prevail.
Knifey gets one, but it's a NiKo trade to end it. 16-13 with a 2-1 victory for Falcons. Possibly the most worrying performance if you're a fan of NiKo, for example,